Hi everybody, it's Jenny and it's Tuesday Newsday and I am excited to be here today. I'm actually always glad when we have a big event in the family, which was our 4th of July. I'm always excited for it to come, love getting ready, and then it's over. And then you're just like, whew, it just kind of is a little bit of a letdown, but also a good one. You're ready, you're glad that you're done with it. So Natalie is off hiking. All the boys are also off hiking. So it's just kind of me and Misty hanging around and it's just kind of quiet and kind of nice right now. So we have some fun things happening. Weather here is nice. It's probably like 78 today. It's like perfect. Slight wind out of the north. It's just perfect weather today. And I hope it's good where you are. And I just want to tell you about some things that are coming up. So we have, this week's, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. This week's tutorial is called Disappearing Hourglass Starry. So I don't know if I told you, but I'm going to tell you again now. Our block of the month for next year, I designed with the help of our team, and it's all disappearing blocks. And so Natalie and I are super jazzed about the disappearing blocks. We have new tools for the disappearing blocks that make them super easy. And I think the tools are already for sale now, but it's, Natalie's doing one for her tutorial this weekend and this Friday, and it's called Disappearing Hourglass Starry. And it's very cool. I just filmed one today for later in the year, but when your mind gets thinking about all the what ifs with a disappearing block, oh my gosh, it just wakes up your brain. It's just so fun. And so that's coming up this Friday. We have a few events still available at Birthday Bash. So I wanted to talk about those a little bit. Birthday Bash is the third week in September. So it's like the 18, 19, 20, 17, 18, 19, something like that.
18th through the 21st.
18th through the 21st is our Birthday Bash. And if you go to Eventbrite on our site, there's just a few items that are still available. And one of the things I love on this All-Star page, they always say, what should we do at Birthday Bash? And they're like, get into at least one event, because the events are always very good. So some of the ones that are still available are Time with Jenny. It's a Rise and Shine with the Dome Girls. And we're going to do a Q&A. So if you have questions for us, we'll be available to do a Q&A. There's still some spots for that. I'm doing a quilt show on this book. So if you have the book and you want to see all the quilts, then just come to this trunk show. So the trunk show on Quilting Through Life is still happening. And there's also a triple play trunk show, and there's some spots available in that as well. And so, of course, we'll be signing the books, we'll be selling the books, that stuff will all be happening. And just lots of fun stuff. I want to show you some mail. So this week I got a box of, couple weeks ago, I got a box of some old blocks. And in those old blocks were 6 of these big flowers. Are these not beautiful? I just fell in love with them. They make me so happy to look at them. It just cheered me and made me happy. And first of all, I love old blocks, and I love old quilts, and I love old stuff. I always tell Mr. Ron that's why I keep him around, because I love old stuff. Anyway, so there were only 6 of these, so I decided that I needed to make a little wall hanging. So I just sewed 4 together, and I want to show you this. Isn't this cute? So just 4 blocks together. Now I have a little place in my front entry room. Let me get back so I can hold this up and talk to you. So I have a little place in my entryway that's just a little bit wider than this, and I now specifically make quilts to hang there. And so this will be a fun summer one. But when I saw it, I loved it so much, and I wanted to put them together. So I actually went to the Mercantile and got something that looked very 30s-ish for the back and the binding right here. And then I just quilted right over the top. So I wanted to show you what the quilting looks like, so that, because a lot of people are afraid to quilt their old quilt tops. We find a lot of tops that aren't quilted. And I think that's because they hand quilted them at the time. But this one is just quilted with a little butterfly. It's called Flutterby. And it's just a cute little quilting pattern. And it is, I think it's just adorable. Anyway, this quilt will now last another 100 years because it is quilted, and it's made it brand new again. And so I love that I was able to do that. Thank you so much for sending me that box of goodies. And just so you know, I'm doing a whole tutorial on this. It's going to be called Vintage Daisy, and it will come out, I don't know, maybe August, September, October, something like that. Anyway, I'm filming a lot of things ahead of time right now, so I have enough to last through the end of the year. And so super excited about this tutorial. It made me very, very happy. Anyway, so we have some questions today, I think. So let's take a look. Annie, what do we have?
Are you going to be taking a sewing machine with you on your mission trip?
I am. So just so you know, everybody has encouraged me not to take a sewing machine because most of the sewing machines have computerized things, and when the electrical system is different. Theirs is 220, ours is 110, and they have a hard time keeping machines. So of course I don't believe that entirely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an old featherweight, and I think I can use an adapter because there is no computer stuff in there. And so I am going to take an old featherweight. I do understand that there are machines there, and I can get one there, which I probably will do as well. There's also, most of their machines are hand crank. And I told Ron, I said, you better be working out because I sew fast, you're going to be turning that little hand crank. You're going to have to turn it really fast so I can sew fast. So we'll see how that works. Of course, I'm going to be letting all of you guys know about that and what that happens. I have adapters for plugs, and I probably need a few more. But yeah, it's that's actually a really good question, and one I asked right away. Can I take a sewing machine? We blew ours up, and I'm like, well, maybe a featherweight won't blow up. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
I miss Jake with Misty. Maybe Jake could do Tuesday Newsday one day.
Oh, that might be fun too.
Join you in
Yeah,
that?
that would be fun. It'd be fun to have each of the kids join for some, so everybody can get to know everybody.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
What was the name of the quilt in the background last video? We were in the film studio.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a Missouri Star.
It was a Missouri Star quilt. Yeah. So we have probably 4 Missouri Star quilts that we generally hang up when we're doing something where it doesn't matter what's behind us. That's the backdrop. So we have a patriotic one, we have a Halloween one, we have a Christmas one, and we have a regular one. And so we just hang up whatever season we're in, and it's called Missouri Star, and it makes a really big star. And of course, we just sewed them together. I think it's like 4x5 or something like that. Anyway.
Is there a tutorial on it?
There is a tutorial on the Missouri Star quilt. There's several of them, and we've done several triple plays on them. And so they're different sizes. When you see the triple play, like I did one, I made it tiny, Natalie made it medium, big, Misty, we went all different sizes on it. So, but there is a definite tutorial on the Missouri Star quilt that you see hanging in the back of me as well.
This person is looking forward to my first birthday bash in
September.
September.
Oh my gosh, you're just going to love it.
On my 65th birthday.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, you'll have to find me and we'll have to sing to you for sure.
Perfect timing.
It is perfect timing.
I just realized that we may not have triple play videos for much longer. Will Natalie and Misty do double plays?
Well, they are going to do double plays. We don't know that we're going to call it double play. We thought about that, and then one of the retreaters suggested the dynamic duo, which kind of sounds a little bit more cool. So we haven't really decided what we're going to call it yet, but yes, they will keep doing that for sure. And I will chime in as I can. We'll have FaceTime and all those kind of things, but I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. So we have to wait and see how all that's going to go.
One last question. I know this isn't quilt related, but I'd love to know what y'all cook as main dishes when your whole gang is gathering. I can never think of what to cook beyond the basic hamburgers, hot dogs, meatballs, and/or chicken legs.
Well, that's kind of what we cook. The other thing we do is we love to do like a taco salad, or so we bring everything for Mexican food, and somebody will bring chips, somebody will bring burrito or tortillas, and somebody will bring, just anything that you could make, a taco salad or a burrito if you wanted, and everybody brings stuff to share. So there's about 45 of us when we get together. And so at least what about, I don't know, 12 of those are adults. Well, a lot of the kids are adults, but mostly it's the parents, my children, who bring stuff to share. And although a lot of the girls are starting to do that as well, which is really fun. And so all the bases are covered with whatever we have. So generally, whoever is hosting it kind of does whatever meat or main stuff they're going to do. And then all the rest of us bring sides and desserts, and there's always way too much food. But we do have go-tos. Our go-to is probably Mexican hamburgers, hot dogs or brats. Jake does some fabulous smoked meats. You know, it's always some kind of meat, and then all the side dishes. So
yeah, for this 4th of July, we had pulled pork sandwiches
and smoked turkey.
Yep. And then also, I think there were some ribs as well.
Yeah, ribs
Hot
and
dogs
brats,
yeah.
And so, you know, there's something for everybody there. And then everybody brings their favorite sides. It's like Natalie it was hiking, so she wasn't there, and she always makes the potato salad. And I was like, oh, we're not going to have potato salad. But sure enough, potato salad showed up. Somebody else made it. So it's just fun. It's fun to all get together and see what everybody does. And one time I was going to make just cornbread muffins, because we were having hot dogs and beans and things like that. And I thought, oh, I'll just make some cornbread muffins. Well, they all stuck in the pan. I couldn't get them out. And so I had a whole bunch of cornbread crumbs. And I remembered that Hillary's mother-in-law used to make a salad called cornbread salad. And so I actually found that recipe and made that. And that was, you know, people were like a little leery at first, but they're like, oh, this is really yummy. And so that was kind of fun. And, you know, you just never know what we're going to have. But we generally choose a theme. You know, like if it's a birthday, then that kid gets to decide what it is they want to have. So that's fun.
Big holidays, we have Swedish meatballs.
We do. Swedish food for Christmas. And, you know, I mean, for Halloween is, if you want to talk weird and bizarre, our Halloweens are weird and bizarre. Everybody tries to make the scariest, weirdest food they can. And yeah, it's just what you can imagine. Or maybe you can't imagine, but it's weird. Like instead of meatloaf, we have feetloaf. And Sarah uses little onions for the toenails. And it's truly disgusting. And you don't want to eat it, but you know the meatloaf. It's a family recipe. It tastes good. So that's how it is. Any more questions, Annie?
That's it.
That's it. Well, we hope you guys have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next week. Happy Tuesday Newsday, everybody.